Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are at Broadway at the beach. We're going to take you on a full tour today. So this isn't only what's new, it's also going to include absolutely everything here at Broadway at the beach. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So if you're not familiar with Broadway at the beach, it is a shopping, dining, and entertainment area that's built around a beautiful lake. It's a very scenic area. It's a little over a mile from the actual ocean front, the beach. So it's very conveniently located if you're staying on Ocean Boulevard or Ocean Front. And they have so much to offer here. So we're coming up on the playground. That is one nice option. I had some questions because this was closed temporarily due to the construction. Looks like it is open again. Also, this is fairly new. This opened about a year or so ago. The beach house, they have beach clothing, housing items, all kinds of stuff that is beach themed. And then we got Toys-a-saurus and the Stupid Company and the Low Country popcorn stain. But then we want to talk about all of these changes over here. If you've been watching all of our Broadway videos, we've been keeping you up to date on everything related to this massive project, but we're going to review it and show you how it's looking because it is changing. It keeps evolving, and we're going to keep walking and show you what they're doing here. So you can see the other stores as we go. The Baked Bear is fairly new as well. They opened last year. And that is an ice cream shop, and you can see all the other shops as we go by. But if you missed our previous videos, you can go back to our first video of 2025 about Broadway. We actually show you some old footage of what used to be here. We dug up some old films so you could see the Key West Grill used to be here, as well as Johnny Rockets. Also, a lot of what you're looking at right now used to be water. They have created new land in the lake. And we believe this is going to be both a brewery and a distillery. It's Yeehaw Brewing and also a distillery from Tennessee. And they are going to do a joint venture. It's their first joint venture together. And they are going to have an entertainment venue. They're going to have restaurant, dining, tastings, all kinds of things in this area. So it's going to be really exciting new offering here at Broadway at the beach. Now the area has not been confirmed, but we don't know where else they would put it. This is the only area we see big enough here. If we find out it's going to be at a different location, we will definitely let you know. The name of the distillery I mentioned is Old Smoky, and like I said, Yeehaw Brewing is the brewery, so it's going to be a joint venture, but I'm excited to see that they're going to have some event space. Didn't want to miss right behind it Ride Makers, so this is where you can sort of design your own remote control car. And then we're going to show you something cool around the corner here past all of this construction. Some of you may be interested in it, some of you may not, but we're going to go right around the corner here at the Leggings Park. There's also Roosters is the restaurant, the brown one that's straight ahead. We want to show you something over here around the corner. If you've been following us on social media, you will have already seen this. And if you're not following us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram at Carmen and Brian. And we actually put out a ton of extra videos there, so more like on a regular basis, so you don't have to wait for our next YouTube video. And we also cover things we don't cover in the YouTube videos. And this would be an example. This is something that we covered recently when it came out. Some of you may be aware there is a cat colony here at Broadway at the beach, meaning these cats are not owned by anyone. However, they are being taken care of now by the Grand Strand Humane Society. So there's the little placard. I'm not going to dwell on this because I know most of you are looking at this for shopping and entertainment, but you can see the little cats in there sleeping. So they've got these cute little houses and they are being taken care of. As we continue our tour, we've got our construction walls over here. So now we're getting to the area where actually Key West Grill was about right here and Johnny Rockets was about right there. So now we have Roosters that I mentioned previously. If you're not familiar with Roosters, they sometimes have odd hours. Sometimes they're open, sometimes they're closed, and I can't tell you what their regular schedule is. If you want to know, you can definitely check their website and see if they have information there, but I think they base a lot of it on how busy it is and how many people are here, whether it's a crowded time of year or not. And then you've got the American Tap House over to my right. You've got the Hard Rock Cafe straight ahead. We mentioned this in a couple of previous videos, but they got rid of the beautiful fountain that was right here. And then you've got Charlie's and Senior Frogs. I want to take a little bit of a detour here down the avenue. This is it's sort of more like a bar district, but they have restaurants, they have entertainment. So you can see right here on the sign what is down the road. But we do want to mention a couple of things. I'm not going to go all the way to the end and go around both corners because this is going to be a long video. But you do have Wahlburgers, Crocodile Rocks, which is a piano bar, Bar Louie. You have the Charles Bach Wonders Theater, which is an amazing magic show. We've got 2 videos on our channel of his magic show. It's incredible. We highly recommend it. If you'd like to see those, just go to YouTube, search for Carmen and Brian and put in Charles Bach Wonders Theater, and it should pop right up, or magic show if you can't remember the name. Definitely give that a look. And if you want to find anything on our channel, you can do that. You just go to YouTube, search for Carmen and Brian, and then put in what you would like to see after that. So for this, for example, you would put in Broadway at the beach, Myrtle Beach, and it would come right up. Obviously, you've got the big Dave & Buster's at the end, but I want to mention a couple of things around the corner that we cannot see. To the left, there is the Voodoo Brewing Company. We also have a video on that. And we have a video on Dave & Buster's, and we review the restaurant as well. And then around the corner to the right, you've got Melt, which is wood-fired pizzas. We just passed Hard Rock on our right. We're back out to the main central loop around Broadway. By the way, if you do this entire loop around Broadway, it is 1.25 miles, give or take a little. And if you go up and down every little section, it's even further than that. And there's Senior Frogs. They have been systematically replacing the concrete with brickwork and other pavers. So they've recently done that, and they're still working on it over here next to Fat Tuesday. You've got Wet Willie's, and then this sort of ends the bar restaurant section I was talking about. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other bars and restaurants around Broadway at the beach, but that's sort of the avenue is a concentrated area of that. And then ice cream candy is sort of newish. It's maybe been here like 2 to 3 years at this point. It's a fun candy shop. They've got all kinds of candy and ice cream in there. And then you've got several shops. You've got Annie's Pretzels. You can't go wrong with that. Bunches of shops. I'm not going to list every single one. You can see them. Also, they do have a website where they show everything that's here. So, you know, if you'd like to look at a list, got Hong Kong sushi over there. I will try to point out the eateries as we go, but lots and lots of shops here. It's just a fun place to hang out. It really is. We've always enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. If you're not familiar with us, if you're new to our channel, first of all, welcome. We're so glad to have you with us. But also, Kilwins, my nephews loved some of the stuff they had there. So just a shout out to that. Not sponsored. They just really enjoyed it. But we vacationed here most of our lives. And then we had a second home here for 20 years. And then we moved here a few years ago. So we are quite familiar with the area, and we're familiar with the area both as a vacationer or tourist, whatever you want to call it, and we're also familiar with it as someone who lives here and loves it. So if you have any questions, definitely ask those in the comments. We will do our best to answer them for you. Ooh, wine slushies. And then we got the Sunglass Hut and the Pepper Palace, all kinds of hot sauces there. But there's also a lot of entertainment. There's a lot of family-friendly activities here. We're going to show them all to you before we finish today, so you'll see everything that they have to offer. We've got escape games and a mirror maze. I'm going to cut right through here so we can see Extreme Pizza. Got some good deals going on there on their sign. And then over here is Landry's. It's one of the sort of big, if you want to call it corner restaurants, one of the big anchors here. It is a large, mostly seafood restaurant, but they have other things too, and they have some nice outdoor seating that's over the lake over here. And then coming up ahead, that big upside down building, we'll get a better shot of it, but that is WonderWorks, and that is a fun sort of edutainment. I would definitely say it's more geared towards kids or families, but it's a lot of fun. We do have a full tour of it on our channel, so you can check that out as well if you'd like to see what's inside and what it's all about. It's kind of hard to describe. They've got like a roller coaster simulators, space simulators, games, all kinds of stuff in there. It's pretty interesting. So here's a view back over the lake. We will go all the way around this, don't worry. So you're gonna get to see everything. And then right over there, that highway, that is 17 Bypass. So just to let you know where we are, and Broadway sits between 21st Avenue North and 29th Avenue North. They do have little swan paddle boats that are cute over here. And they also have jet boat rides. That's what these boats are that are anchored. That's where they take you out and sort of spin you around in the water. So all kinds of water activities. But here's a more close-up shot of WonderWorks. And right across from WonderWorks, they actually have the zip line, and it runs all the way across the lake to the other side. They also have a ropes course, both indoor and outdoor. Inside of WonderWorks, there's a ropes course, but they also have one outside here by the lake. So that's something to keep in mind. My nephews did the zip line and said it was a lot of fun. So that's another entertainment option while you're here. Now we're coming up to one of the ride sections. There are two ride sections here at Broadway at the beach, and they sort of have different focuses. This one that we're coming up to now has more of like sort of family friendly. I think that would be the best way to describe it. You've got the Ferris wheel, it's huge. We do have, again, a video of the Ferris wheel if you'd like to see what that's like to ride. It's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it. Great views. And we also have videos of some of the other rides, like just a ride in general video. You can look that up on our channel if you want more details about the rides. Brian's favorite ride here is the Beast. We will get to that eventually. But let's take a look at this family-friendly side first. Here's a better view of that beautiful Ferris wheel, and then you've got this cute spinner for kids. You've got the Myrtle Turtle in the back. That is a little kiddie roller coaster. This is where you buy your tickets for the rides, and there's also another ticket station at the other ride area. You've got the Seaside Swings. You've got the Drop Tower that someone's on right now. You've got a couple more spinner rides. You've got a Scrambler style ride, and you also have the carousel. So just all kinds of rides and fun here. You've got old time portraits. I do get questions about those. Across the way, we got Sports Fanatics. Don't want to miss anything. And then Man Cave's coming up. Kentucky Mist Distillery opened probably about 3 years ago, give or take a little. So it's nice. That's what's nice about Broadway. They're just constantly getting new things all the time, expanding and, you know, getting rid of old things and adding new things. That's just, I guess that's a definition of change, but they've definitely got things going on all the time. There's Masters Edition Fine Arts Gallery. And then you've got a jewelry store, and that's new. That's fairly new. Flip-flops, or flip-flop, I should say. And they moved from another area here, so if you're looking for them, that's their new location. And then Grumpy Monk, we definitely want to give a shout out to. We've eaten there many, many times. And they have nice views over the water. They do have a rotating craft beer selection, I think like 30 beers or more. And they also have burgers and sushi. And we've always enjoyed their food when we've eaten there. And it is a local restaurant. They have a couple, I think at least 2 or 3 other locations in the area, but it is a local chain, not a big chain. And you can tell the difference. And actually there's not a lot of local restaurants here at Broadway, so that's something to keep in mind too if you're looking for something that's more like a local change. Another toy island, because you can't have too many. And we've got Frickin' Frack over to the left. And then the big Broadway t-shirt company, tons and tons of t-shirts. If you can't find a shirt you like there, then I can't help you. You've got Ben and Jerry's. I think I've even found some shirts there I like, and they have a lot of hats too. Like if you like baseball caps, they got Myrtle Beach baseball caps. Hat Fanatic, speaking of hats. And then it's kind of confusing. There's 2 different coastal outfitters here. One's outdoor and resort wear. That's this one, that's the new one. And then there's another one we're gonna pass that is less new, but we will get around to it. And it's confusing because they have the same name, but they are not the same. Similar stuff inside, but different. Social coffee shop. This is going to be your more small coffee shop. We are going to pass a Starbucks. Yeah, so we have been covering this for you guys. This is the old Liberty Tavern. We actually used to come here on a regular basis when it was open, and then it suddenly closed in January of 2020, and they are actually working on it. This is the first like active work. Now, I mean, they could just be storing things here. There's no guarantee they're actually doing construction. It does. Brian just said it looks like new kitchen appliances. So we will absolutely keep you posted. It looks like a permit over there. We'll see if we can take a look at that. I just pulled it up on Broadway's lease plan, and the name of the new tenant here is Big fish. So I got to assume it's going to be another restaurant, especially given the appliances. So that is exciting, because the last time I looked at the lease plan, it said lease pending. So now they actually have a tenant. And that is so great to see, because like I said, this has been vacant since 2020. Across the way, we've got Tinderbox, and then you've got the old location for the Savannah Bee Company. We will show you the brand new location when we get to it. There's a whole new area that we haven't gotten to yet. We will definitely share that with you. Also, we've got Gemini clothing store. And here's the other Coastal Outfitters I mentioned, which is different than the one I showed you previously. Got Bird's Famous Cookies. And then we're coming up to the central section here, and there are all kinds of rides in this central section. Oh, it looks like we've got work going on here too, so something else new coming in. We will keep you posted. So again, if you're not familiar with our channel, we actually do a monthly video at Broadway showing everything that's new and everything that's changing. We don't do a full tour every month. We just show you the new stuff. So if you want to keep up with that, definitely hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss anything new that we put out. Also, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. That really helps us. It helps other people find this video, so we are super grateful for that. Oh, and they've got this fountain going again. Wow, it's really going too. I think they made some improvements. So if you've been following with us, we were wondering if they were going to get rid of this fountain too, because it has stayed closed for a while and they were doing work on it. But one of you pointed out, and thanks for that, that they were repainting it. So obviously they're not going to get rid of it if they're repainting it. So now it is shooting way higher in the air than it ever did before. That looks really good. Really nice fountain. So this is the old guest services. We'll show you the location of the new guest services, and we'll also show you wheelchair and stroller rentals. That has moved from this section over here. So this is the other pavilion section. It's interesting they don't have this ticket booth in this section open, because usually they both open at 11 and it's after 11. So that's kind of interesting, but let's walk around and take a look at the rides here really quick. So the Beast is Brian's favorite. That's this big pendulum ride right here. You've also got Rock and Roll, which is a Himalaya style ride. You've got this Gravitron style ride. Obviously these giant slides. That's a lot of fun. So there are some kid-friendly things here, but there are more thrill rides here than in the other section. And then you've got the classic swings, and you've got the I don't know, Superman style spinner where you lay down like you're on a hang glider, and then Speed XXL in the back. One of you did ask if they were getting rid of it, because you can still see the equipment back there. They told us they were doing maintenance and hope to have it open soon. All right, we're back out to the central section, and I've gotten some comments from some of you that you are not a fan of the new brickwork. So now we're about to go back to the old cement, so you can kind of see the difference. There's It's Sugar as well. That's fun too. They've got a lot of retro candy. I'm with you on the bricks, not a fan to walk on. In fact, we used to come here and exercise back in the day when we lived closer to Broadway than we do now, and I wouldn't do it now just because of the brick. It's not the most comfortable thing to walk on. It's okay, but it's a little like uneven and stuff. So I'm totally with you. So let us know in the comments what you think. Do you prefer I know the old cement is not as pretty, but do you prefer that or the new brickwork? Let us know. There's Yamato. It's a Japanese steakhouse. And then you've got the Fudgery, and then we're coming up on Sweet Carolinas, which always smells so good. Low Country Grill and Smokehouse. And then you've got Clig's Kites. There's plenty of ice cream here at Broadway at the beach. There's Molly's Sweet Creamery. You've got We Are Sweets coming up, and Christmas at the beach. We like Christmas year round. Let us know in the comments how you feel about that. We love to shop for Christmas any old time. In fact, we could count down to Christmas year round, I think. I mean, we love the summer, but love Christmas time too. There's a Pick a Pearl here, and they've also got jewelry. And then a fairly new shop, this Mermaid and Pirate Tales is fairly new. They've been open maybe about a year. And then you've got Tiki Gems and Broadway Magic. Tiki Gems is a massive gift shop. And then you've got My Cup, and then Cats and Dogs. Heroes and Villains, and they downsized. They used to be in that big store that the first Coastal Outfitters was in, and they downsized to the smaller location, but they are still here. Got House of Style. And then you've got pretty good sized rack room shoes here. It's one of the bigger stores here. It takes up quite a bit of room. Over here you've got Joe's Crab Shack, and this is another place Brian and I like. I know it's a chain, but we actually enjoy it every time we've been there. We've really enjoyed the food, and they have nice lakeside seating outside if you're into that. And then we brought this to you last June, but the 4D Theater, Simpsons 4D Theater, and its corresponding gift shop, the Quickie Mart, have both closed down. No word what's going in there yet, but we'll keep you posted. And then we've got the Broadway Theater over here. It looks like their new show is going to be Adrenaline 2.0. It looks like they're moving into that season. Last time we were here, they were still showing Jersey Nights, which was only a couple of weeks ago. So it looks like they've moved on to their, I would say, I know it's not summer yet, but their sort of summer season show. We're now entering the Key West shops, which is the newest section of Broadway at the beach. They've been building on this for 2-3 years now, but there's still new things coming. This is PopStroke. This is a putting establishment, but they also have restaurants. There's Pura Vida. They have restaurants, bars, a couple of different putting courses, and it's partially owned by Tiger Woods, and he helps design the courses. So pretty neat place here. We'll show you more of that as we go by. And then this is going to be a new store called Socks and Bottoms. That is a store that is out of Las Vegas. So we're very excited to see that come. We will give you a tour of that when it opens. Every time we go by, it looks like they're making more and more progress. We see stuff inside. And then this is the Hangout. The Hangout's a huge restaurant, multiple bars, huge gift shop, big amphitheater. We'll show you the amphitheater. And then this is a new location for Mulligan Golf. They moved from a different location, and I don't blame them, because now they're right here between the two putt courses, so to speak, here at PopStroke. So great location. If you're not familiar with PopStroke, it's sort of designed for people that are actually golfers that want to work on their stroke, but it can be fun for the whole family. I mean, it's not just for those people, but it's sort of oriented that way. So you're not going to see the sort of windmill or dinosaur or other theming. So let's pop, we usually don't walk down here, but let's pop down really quick and show you a little more of the Hangout. We usually just breeze past this in our update videos, but since we're doing a full tour, we have shown the inside of the Hangout, and we do have a video of that. So if you'd like to see that, again, you can search for that on our channel. So here is their amphitheater, and it's pretty good size. So depending on the time of the year, they have entertainment out here, music. This entertainment is usually free. They do have some different entertainment that is for kids that is an upcharge. That's usually in the off season. They have like a pirate and princess type thing that's not for the general public. But at night, they do have music here sometimes, and that is, as far as I know, open to the public unless they change things this season. So as we walk back out of the Hangout, you see the elevated spin on mini golf. So I guess that's a good way to describe what I was trying to say earlier. There's guest services, so that's the new guest services location. And then you've got Insomnia Cookies. You also have the newest restrooms here, so definitely recommend these if you can make it around to this. They're a little nicer. The Pineapple Hut, which is soft serve pineapple, which is yummy. Got the Starbucks location moved over here. And then this is the new location for the Savannah Bee Company. Right over here, it's a nice big location, and we've shown you the inside of that in some of our update videos. And then this is brand new, like just since our last update video, this Iris Gallery. So this is something new here. Let's take a little peep. Discover your iris. Oh, this is cool. This is one of those. Okay, I know what this is. It's like where you get sort of artwork out of your iris. Pretty interesting. Definitely a cool new offering. And then you've got the classic carousel. If you don't, I know there's two carousels here, but this is the one from the old pavilion. So that's pretty neat. And then you've got Teal Nation. If you don't know what that is, our local university here, they are the Teal Nation. So that's for sports fans for our local university in this area. It's Coastal Carolina University. And then we're to the Hampton Inn, and we will give a shout out to this Hampton Inn. And again, we're not sponsored or affiliated. We stayed here many times. We've stayed both facing the lake, which you pay a little bit more for, but you get a nice view. But we've also stayed here and faced the parking lot, and which is a little cheaper. We've actually enjoyed both because you're just in such a great location. You can't beat it. You can walk out your door and go to Margaritaville. I mean, you're just so close to everything at Broadway. When they have the summer fireworks here at Broadway, if you're on this side, you can probably see them from your room, but you can definitely come down here from either side and watch the fireworks. And so it's just such a great, you really can't beat the location. They have indoor pool, outdoor pool. It is not cheap. So don't think because it's not at the beach that it's going to be cheap. It is not cheap. There are some other hotels here. We've reviewed a Fairfield that is across the street. So it's a little bit of a walk to Broadway, and it does tend to have more reasonable pricing, but that's all relative. If it's in the summer, it's still not going to be cheap. This is a fairly new attraction, about a year or so old. This is the Escape Game. It's one of those escape rooms. Then you have a Cold Stone Creamery and a Blondie's. Here is the Sandbar with this big lighthouse that you can see from a distance. That's the bar for the Margaritaville. And then here is the Margaritaville restaurant that's got some really cool theming on the inside. I've mentioned this before, but the Southern Living closed. They closed actually most of their retail stores here. I don't know if that was nationwide or if it's just in this area, but they closed the one at Market Common also. We've got Palmetto sunglasses, beef jerky, Beach Winery. Let's move over here so you can see better because the only thing on this side is the Margaritaville. And this in the summer is golden, this shade here. It's really nice when you're here in the summer. Got the Southern Grill. That's been here maybe 3 years. That's fairly new too. And then you've got the Earthbound Trading Company. And then at the end, that is another old time portrait. We just came around the corner from Margaritaville. Here is Dinosaurs. That's a fun family, kid-friendly attraction. And then we're on to another fun family-friendly attraction. This is Ripley's Aquarium. This is actually the back side, but we'll show you the front too when we go around. They have all kinds of stuff in there. It's fun. It's actually fun for adults too. We have an annual pass, so we highly recommend it. It's massive. We just did a recent tour, so if you'd like to see that, again, just go to Carmen and Brian on YouTube, or go to YouTube, search for Carmen and Brian Ripley's Aquarium Myrtle Beach, and it'll pop right up for you. So this gives you a good view. Like there's the other side of the hangout. And then you see just how massive this place is. So there's that Ferris wheel we passed way, way over there. So if you're wondering what all these people are doing, they are feeding and looking at the fish. Let's go over and see if we can take a look at the fish. Some of these really big carp here, I mean, they are massive. And they do sell fish food. It's like $5 unless it's gone up for a container of fish food. It's like a little cup of fish food, but you could also bring fish food with you if you wanted to save a little money. Here's the front of Ripley's Aquarium. This is their ticket booth where you buy the tickets and then you go in over here. All right, down this little alleyway, we've got Silver Shack. I'm gonna come out here in the sun, but we can still, by the way, these visitor information centers, those are basically ticket sales centers. So just so you know that going in, there's nothing wrong with going in there, but it's just a good thing to know. There's Palmetto Paradise. Several gift shops along here. You got Splash, which is like Bath and Body Works type things. And then you've got the T-shirt company, and then Handmade Knives, Smoky Mountain Handmade Knives took over where the Yankee Candle used to be. So if you want to shop for Yankee Candle, you can go to the Coastal Grand Mall. That's a huge thriving mall here. We just did a video on that, so you can search for that on our channel. They do have a Yankee Candle there. We always used to enjoy going in those shops. They have cool little things in there. Sand and Sun, designer sunglasses, and then Maxi Electronics, and then retroactive 70s and 80s. I wanted to mention that the 90s and 2000s store that was across the lake, that one shut down. So now we're just got the 70s and 80s. So sorry if you're younger than us, you're out of luck. And then here's Ben and Jerry's. And then we've got Paula Dean's. I'm gonna put some film from our car so that you can see the location where the old Palace Theater used to be that was partially destroyed by Hurricane Matthew in 2016 and then subsequently demolished. They are putting a new surf park, supposedly. We will let you know if that information changes. And that is going to be a huge park with all kinds of stuff. It's going to have competition, pools, wave pools, all kinds of things. So that'll be pretty exciting. And then here we've got Krabby Jack's General Store. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.